Hi, this is Sarah. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
now.
Thank you. And can you see anything?
The back of Steve's head.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Doesn't quite fit. Okay, hi. We'll do that bit. What is this? Thank you everyone for being here and witnessing the ballot draw for the 2025 Shire of East Pilbara election. My name's Carol Winfield and I'm the returning officer for this election, and I hope people online can hear me. Can I just ask those online to mute your microphones, please, so we don't get feedback? Thank you very much. Thank you for being here as well. And I'd like to start by acknowledging the traditional owners of the land on which we gather today, the Ngāpali people, and their continuing connection to the land, waters and community. I would also like to acknowledge the Maru people as the custodians of Jigalong, which sits in Ngāpali country. I pay my respects to their leaders, past, present and emerging. And thank you for welcoming here to Ngāpali and Maru country. Just like to acknowledge, the file that just fell on the floor. I'd like to acknowledge the councillors, the sitting councillors that are in the room. Thank you for being here. And the candidates that are in the room and online, thank you for being here. Steve Harding, the CEO. And I'd like to pay thanks to Joshua Brown for helping me during this election. It's been a great help. So the first thing I'd like to do is, the order in which I'll proceed today is I'll go in wards. I'll start with East Ward, then go to North Ward and then South Ward. And I'll read the script, so it's all above board. So I've been appointed under the Local Government Act 1995 to be the returning officer for this election. It is now past 4 p.m. on the 4th of September 2025 and the nominations for the election have closed. So thank you to everyone for getting your nomination in on time. In accordance with the Local Government Act 1995, I would like to publicly declare that at the close of nominations for the vacancy of councillor for East Ward in the Shire of East Pilbara, the number of candidates was equal to the number of officers to be filled at this election. Accordingly, Annabelle Landy has been elected unopposed for East Ward. A notice will be placed on the official website of the local government and as prescribed in Regulation 29C to G of the Local Government Administration Regulations 1996, stating the result. So congratulations to Annabelle. That's for East Ward for another 4 years. So I'll now move on to North Ward. I will read out the nominations in order that they nominated, that I received their nomination. I won't repeat my name, the Local Government Act, I think you got that. So I'd like to publicly declare that the close of nominations for the vacancy of councillor for North Ward, we had 2 nominations for 1 vacancy. And those nominees are Bruce Booth, and Daryl Wayne Ball, known as Wayne Ball. I will now put those names into the opaque balls there and draw them out to see who will go first on the ballot paper. I'll just write those names on here. Joshua will check them for me. I'll refer to Daryl Wayne Ball as Wayne Ball because that is the name on his profile. So I've written that right, Joshua?
Certainly. I'll just. So this is Wayne Ball.
Oh yeah, show the camera. You might need it.
No, there.
He's tested. It says they'll open easily. So this is for the first name on the ballot paper for North Ward. Bruce Booth will be the first name on the North Ward ballot paper. Can you write that on there, please? So Wayne will be the second name on the ballot paper. We'll draw it out anyway, just so you can see. Wayne Ball. pass me the pen, please? I've got one pen between us. Okay, so that concludes the ballot draw for North Ward. I'll now do the ballot draw for South Ward. I'd like to publicly declare that at the close of nominations on the 4th of September for the two vacancies of councillor for the South Ward, we had the following nominations in order of their acceptance. Peter Michelle Bayer. Apologies if I pronounced that wrong, Peter. Lance Coppin. David Everett. Sarah Stampley. And Troy Patching. I'll now write those names on the post-it notes and ask Joshua to put them in the opaque balls. In no particular order that I'm writing them down.
So this is Troy Patching. Box is empty again. No balls. Thank you. No opaque balls. Sarah Stampley.
Did that fall on the floor?
No, I won't do that again. David Everett. Yes. Lance Coppin. Peter Bayer. So we have
Five names.
five balls in there.
And I'll just say that there are no 2-year terms. These are all 4-year terms. 2 vacancies for 4 years. The first name on the ballot paper will be, drum roll please. Oh, papers keep falling off. Troy Patching. Second one. Second name on the ballot paper will be, drum roll. David Everett. Third name on the ballot paper. That's it. Yeah. Sarah Stampley. Second last. So fourth position on the ballot paper will go to Lance Coppin. Last position, probably worked that out, but I'll say it. Not last, fifth position. Unless Peter Bear.
Oh.
No surprises there. Thank you. Congratulations to all the candidates. And that concludes the ballot draw. I'll speak to the candidates that are here. I'll be sending an email out to everybody explaining what the next steps will be. But basically it is now over to you to do your campaigning. You may be aware that this is a postal vote. So once the Electoral Commission confirms when we proofread the ballot papers, which will happen either tonight or tomorrow, then the postal packages, electoral packages will be sent out to everybody on the electoral roll. And they can be posted back to Perth, and those ones posted back will be counted in Perth. But voters can also drop those packages off at polling stations. We'll have a ballot box here, so this will be one polling place, and one in Marble Bar and one in Nullagine. And we'll also do some remote early voting or applications for replacement packages out in Jigalong and Warralong in North Ward and South Ward. And that will happen in the week leading up to the election, and the election will be on Saturday the 18th of October, closing at 6 p.m. So scrutineers are welcome, candidates are welcome to be, or your nominated scrutineer is welcome to be at the count on the Saturday the 18th after 6 p.m, but I'll send information about that to you in due course. Are there any questions? No? All right, well, that's a wrap. Thank you very much for being here. Congratulations and good luck to all the candidates.
Thank you.